Hello and welcome, Soul Tribe, my family. Thank you so much for tuning in to Peace in a Pod. I'm Loretta, and for those that are returning listeners, thank you so much for returning and joining us today. And for any new listeners, welcome and thank you for being here. Hey, Soul Tribe, welcome back. Have you ever thought about all the things that we experience in life and sharing some of our experiences with friends or someone that's going through a difficult time and trying to use that as a way to help them understand that they're not alone. You've been through it or something similar to it, and just kind of providing a little guidance to help them get through what they're going through. And sometimes we forget that we must be the student before we can be the teacher. Sometimes there are people who want to jump right into being in charge, being the teacher, showing that they know everything, trying to tell everyone that they know everything, but they don't understand that you have to be a student before you can be a teacher. And we're all students of life. Some people don't learn lessons. They are not the A honor roll students. Those individuals just want to live life the way they want to live life. Yes, they are the student, but they refuse to take that title as the student. They want to claim that they are the teacher. And those are the people who are driven by their ego. Students will take the time when they're experiencing something in life, they evaluate what they're going through. They sit with the experience, they acknowledge the experience, the emotions that they're feeling. They take the experience and view it from what lesson am I supposed to gather from this? Sometimes some of us have to repeat a lesson because we weren't paying attention the first time or the first couple times. So we just keep going through it. And eventually we get it. We get it. We start paying more attention. We see where we messed up last few times. We make some tweaks and we're able to master that lesson, or at least pass the lesson. Maybe not master it. I think it's going to take a while before we all become masters in this world. But as the student, you're receptive. You're open to learning. You're open to receiving. You want to absorb all the information, all the knowledge, everything that you are being taught, you are receptive to. And you know that at some point you will have enough to become the teacher. Some of us don't want to be a teacher and are forced into that role because, they don't want to speak to people in public. Don't want everybody paying attention to them. Some people don't seek popularity or attention or wanting to be in a status of authority, or some people don't want that for their life. But there are some people who are destined for that and don't know it. And those individuals, I do feel, will be forced into positions where they will then become the teacher. And not forced like in any aggressive way, but it'll be uncomfortable to get you to where you're supposed to be. Divine guidance is really the only way to explain it. But there are people, oh, here comes Bello. There are people who want to remain a student and don't understand at some point they have to become the teacher. And there are things that they had to experience. They had to gather some information so that they can share that with others and help those individuals get through things. There's a way that certain people have with delivering information that just reaches people. It touches their soul and their spirit the way it needs to. And when those individuals are complete with being the student, and I feel like you won't know that you're done, it will just happen. And you just provide the teachings without really knowing that you're providing the teachings, unless you're in some kind of field where you're a teacher or instructor. But it's similar to that. You had to be the student before you became the instructor. You went through the courses, you learned everything the teacher taught. You had to take the tests, the quizzes, and maybe do some hands-on type of training. And then eventually you passed the course, got signed off, and now you're ready to instruct and teach. And you provide that for the next group that is coming in that need to learn. And life is similar to that. We just have to know that we must be a student before we can be a teacher, and not get ahead of ourselves and think that we're just going to right off the bat become a teacher without taking the time to learn and experience anything. Because some people think that they're know-it-alls and don't allow life to teach them. They just want to rush through everything. Yeah, I know. I've been there. Okay, yeah, I hear you. See, Bello agrees. So life is a student teacher setup. There are people that will be presented before us, things, situations that will be presented before us to teach us how to navigate through life, how to develop skills that we need, and how to utilize those skills later down the line. And not everyone is receptive to being the student. I think once you acknowledge and understand that sometimes when you experience things in life, it is for you to help others get through some of the things that they're going to experience. And we're not always meant to be teachers, but sometimes there are some things that we have to go through, because when you explain how you made it through that challenge, that experience, when you explain that to now the student, it is received differently, maybe from when they were trying to figure out why they were going through it. You know, I don't look back on the things that I've experienced and think that I regret not making another decision, or I wish it wouldn't have happened to me, or I wish I could go back and change time. I understand why all the things that have happened, and I understand that I am meant to share my stories to help others get through the things that they're going through. I'm a very private person, and I don't like talking about my business to anyone. I like to, whatever I'm going through, go through it and move on. I don't need everyone wanting to know and needing to know what it is that I got going on, because it's not something that I like to publicize. Some people like to share everything they're going through. I'm the complete opposite. But I do feel like I have been called to fit into this role that I am now in. And I accept it. I stopped fighting it. I accept it, and now I'm doing what I'm being led to do. And I understand that I will always remain a student, regardless if I'm a teacher or not. There's always so much more to learn. None of us will ever know everything it is that we need to know in this life. We are always learning. And people who don't think that, they need to check their ego at the door. We are always learning. No one knows everything, and no one can say that they're done learning. We are both a student and a teacher. Some of us have not progressed to the teacher level. We're still experiencing some things, but some of us are both already. We've all experienced something in life that I feel like we can share and help someone else get through it. So yeah, just remember, we're all students in this life. Some of us are students and teachers, but none of us are just teachers. Thanks again for tuning in to Peace in a Pod. Love you guys. And remember, you are the light. Shine bright. Thank you all so much for tuning in to Peace in a Pod. Please do comment, like, follow, share, rate, subscribe, all of those things. And I will catch you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.